All right, it's 1 after. Let's go ahead and get started. Welcome to chair yoga, everybody. Feel free to slide to the back of your chair so we can get centered, having the feet flat on the floor, leaning into your chair if you'd like. And feeling your eyes closed, let's just take a few deep breaths together. In and out. Maybe that exhale wants to be a sigh. Well, letting go of the week. Well, letting go of the day. Letting go of whatever it is you need to let go of. Big exhale, a couple more times. And then let your mouth close and breathe through your nose for a bit. Feel your feet on the floor, your seat in the chair, the temperature of the air on the exposed surfaces of your skin, noticing where your body makes contact with clothing and other body parts. Aware of what's happening inside of your body. Good sensations, comfortable sensations, uncomfortable sensations, neutral sensations. Welcoming it all, allowing it all to be here. And whatever thoughts are in your mind, whatever moods or emotions, feelings are present, allow them to be here as well. Perhaps they might even get something out of this. So when you're ready, go ahead and take a deeper, fuller breath, allowing your eyes to open and bringing yourself back to the space around you. Good, and sliding to the edge of your chair, we'll have the knees about hip width apart and heels stacking underneath. Nice stable seat. And then allow your arms to hang down by your sides. We'll start with some arm raises. So inhale, sweep the arms out to the side and up. Exhale, release the arms down. And we'll just do that a few more times. Inhale, reaching up, feeling some extension along the sides of the body. Exhale down. Feeling this range of motion for the shoulders. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. Once more. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, releasing down. Good. Please interlace your fingers in front of you. Turn your palms away from you and straighten your arms. And let's take the arms and hands up toward the ceilings. And then really reach up with your wrists. Big extension through the sides of the body. Now, sometimes when we're doing this extension here, we start to back bend in our lower back. Try not to do that. You can think about tugging the tailbone under just slightly to help stabilize the lower back. And then keep reaching up. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Good. Deep breath in. And exhale, release the arms. And we're going to come back into that exercise and take it a step further. So interlacing your fingers again, turn your palms away from you and straighten the arms. Take them toward the ceiling. Reaching up. And as you're in this spinal extension, I want you to think about grounding your left hip bone to your chair. So left hip grounds, and then tilt the chest to the right. So you're starting to lengthen the left side of your body. Now notice I said tilt the chest, not the entire spine, just the upper back. Breathing here. And inhale, come up and release the arms down for a moment before we do the other side. Really just getting some activation in the upper body and the shoulders right now. And then we'll balance that out. So interlacing the fingers again, press the palms away from you and straighten the arms. Take them straight up. Reaching up and ground your right hip bone this time. And as you have that grounded, lean the chest to the left, feeling length on the right side, especially those right side ribs. Breathe with that. Good. Inhale back up. Then exhale, release the arms. Good. I love doing that. I'm not sure about you, but I feel a bit more awake even after doing that little bit of extension. So I'm going to turn sideways. You keep facing forward. We'll do some spinal flexes next. So still sitting tall. Inhale, roll the shoulders down the back, open the chest, look up. Exhale, around the shoulders, look down. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, round the shoulders, look down. And just keep going on your breath. Inhale, opening, and exhale, rounding the upper back. Feeling some more mobility in this region of the body, the chest, the shoulder blades, the spine of the upper back. Get so tight. Good. With your next inhale, open up, turning the chest toward the ceiling. Look up, stay for about 3 breaths. And then around the back, look down at your lap, feel the shoulder blades separate. Stay for about 3 breaths. Good, then inhale back to a neutral spine, relax the shoulders down, and feel sensation. Noticing what's happening in the body. I'd like to remind you that when I say bring your awareness to sensation, it's of course to be aware of what's happening in the body, but it's also to bring your mind out of your head. So stopping stress cycles, stopping whatever cyclical thinking pattern that you may or may not be caught in right now. Okay, so that's just a reminder of what that is, two purposes. So we'll do some dynamic twisting now. So still sitting in the exact same position, have your arms down. And with your inhale, sweep the arms up and over. With your exhale, take your right arm forward, take your left arm behind you, twist. Inhale back to center, reaching the arms up. And exhale, twist in the other direction, rolling the shoulder back and looking behind you. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, twist. Going back to that first side. Inhale, unwind. And exhale, twisting to the second side. And just keep going on your breath. Inhale, unwinding. Exhale, twisting, alternating sides. Feeling this rotation in the spine. And as you do so, you might just notice where along the spinal column does it feel like you have the most access, most flexibility, the most rotation, and where is there not as much? And no, that's okay if there's some tight spaces in the spine. Usually it's around the mid back or upper back, but that may or may not be true for you. And I say that because the mid and upper back usually get the least amount of movement. The lower back tends to move around quite a bit since there's not a lot of like rib caging around it. Now, it doesn't matter which side you turn to, but go ahead and twist to a side and stay, looking far behind you, rolling that back shoulder back and breathing. Good. Inhale, lift the arms up, unwinding, and exhale, go in the other direction, staying for about 4 breaths or so. Looking as far behind you as you can, rolling that back shoulder back, breathing. Good. Inhale, unwind, lift the arms up, and then stay seated forward. Release the arms on down. All right, time for my favorite, neck rolls. Have your arms drop down by your sides, and then go ahead and drop an ear to a shoulder. Bring the head back up and drop the other ear to its shoulder, and just keep seesawing, teeter-tottering, however you want to call it, from side to side. You don't have to push your neck past the range of motion. Just take it to the stretch and then switch sides. And in doing so, you may notice that one side feels longer than the other. Good. Taking an ear to a shoulder. Go ahead and roll forward, bringing your chin to your chest. Keep rolling, bringing the opposite ear to its shoulder. Stop there. And then roll forward again, chin to chest. Going back to the first side, ear to shoulder. And just keep doing these half circles, rolling down, ear to shoulder, rolling down, ear to shoulder. Feeling that stretch along the backs of the back of the neck and the sides of the neck. And you can allow your jaw just to be slack here. Just try not to drool. Side to side, feeling that stretching along the sides and back of the neck. And you just might notice over the next few movements if there's a point that just feels a little bit more tender than the others. Now, I know that there might be several of these, but for today's practice, I'm just going to ask you to pick one. And then go ahead and roll to that point wherever it is for you and stop there. Feel your shoulders heavy and breathe at that point. You might even feel the breath come up into your chest a bit here. And staying for just a couple more breaths, really inviting that tension in the neck to release. Good. Then roll your chin down to your chest and lift your head straight up. Good. I could do that one literally all day, but hopefully you feel a bit more space along the neck and shoulders. And if there were more points of tension, you can always return to that practice at any time and stay as long as you feel like you need to. Okay. So I'm going to turn diagonal, but you can keep facing forward. We're about to do a forward fold. So if you have something directly in the path, go ahead and just slide back away from that table. Okay, so still having the knees about hip width apart, there are 3 options for your hands or arms for this one. So the most accessible, we'll call it, you can have your hands on your hips, and we'll do the folding here, nice flat back. You could also do cactus arms, do the folding here. And then if you want to, you can have the arms up by the ears, folding here. That one takes a bit more back strength. Now, for all of them, it's not a nosedive. We're not dropping the head and folding down. We're trying to keep elongation in the spine. Think about leading with the chest as you bring the heart down and come back up. All right. So pick your arm position, whichever one suits you today. I'm going to go ahead and do cactus arms. Deep breath in. Hinge at the hips. Exhale, fold forward. Feel the strength of your back pull you back up to a seat. Then exhale, folding forward. Inhale back up. Exhale, fold. Inhale up. Keep going. If you feel like you need to move your arms to a different position, you can always do so. Make this work for you. Exhale, folding. Inhale, lifting. We're going to do a couple more. Good. Now with your exhale, bring your chest to hover just off of the thighs. So we're not resting the chest down on the legs, but we're engaging the lower back to stay lifting here. I know that makes it harder, but here we are. Breathe with it. 3, 2, and 1. All the way back up. Release the arms. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, go ahead and fold all the way down over the thighs. Your hands can stay on the legs if you'd like to, or you can hang them to the floor. Then feel your chin drop in towards your throat so the back of the neck opens and the head drops down. Good. With your next inhale, come back up and feel. All right. Staying hydrated. My reminder for you, stay hydrated. So we're gonna do some wrist stretches next. So I've taught these before, but it's always a fun one to do because we're always using our arms and we can always give some love to them. So go ahead and take your right arm straight forward. Externally rotate the arm so the fingers are pointing more down toward the floor. With your opposite hand, reach up and grab the base of the knuckles or the base of the fingers here, and just draw the hand toward you as you extend through the wrist and try to keep your arm parallel-ish to the floor. You still want it dropping down or up too high, straight out. And breathe. We're staying for about 30 seconds or so. Good. And then go ahead and release the hand and arm. Feel sensation. And then we'll do the other side. So extending your left arm forward, externally rotate the arm so the fingers point more downward, and then reach up and grab the base of the fingers and just pull that hand toward you. Extending again out through the wrist, and the arm is parallel to the floor. And we'll breathe here. Again, about 30 seconds or so. I call these wrist stretches, but really they're like it's the entire apparatus from the elbow down. The forearm, the hands, the fingers, and the wrists, of course. Good, and go ahead and release the hand. All right, part 2 of this exercise. Go ahead and extend your right arm forward again. This time just drop the hand straight down, fingers pointing toward the floor, all right? And then you're gonna reach up with your other hand and grab the base of the fingers again and draw the hand toward you. You'll feel a stretch on the top of the forearm and wrist here. And again, the arm is about parallel to the floor and you're extending out through the wrist itself. It's one of those hurt so good ones. Like this is not comfortable, but I know it's good for me and I always feel relieved afterwards. So Again, about 30 seconds or so on this side. You're almost there. Good, and go ahead and release the hand down. Feel sensation. And then we'll balance it out with the other side. Can you imagine if I didn't have you do that? Like one arm's nice and stretched out, the other is just like struggling. Left arm forward, drop the hand straight down, fingers toward the floor. Reach up and grab the base of the fingers and draw it towards you as you extend through the wrist here, arm parallel to the floor. I'd never do that to you, at least intentionally, by the way. Sometimes in a traditional yoga class, I'll like forget which leg we're doing, and we might do it twice, but whatever. I feel like with chair yoga, it's a little bit easier to track. I'll stay for about 10 more seconds. Now, when I do these on my own, I tend to do them in like 3 rounds. So I would do three 30-second sets for each exercise. Good, go ahead and release. And we did one 30-second set for each exercise, but that's still good enough to give the arms a stretch. Last summer I had tennis elbow, so I had to do it for physical therapy. But if you're feeling like there's more to explore there, you may want to return to it. Okay. All right. So hands on the thighs. Go ahead and roll the shoulders down the back. Open the chest, look up. Staying for about 3 breaths. And then hinge at the hips and just drape the body over the thighs again. Hands on the legs or hanging toward the floor. Release the head here. And then inhale, roll yourself back up to a seat. Okay. Now, before we did that last flex and fold, I meant to do something that we did not do. So we'll do it now. So after those wrist stretches, I like to shake the hands out for a bit. So just let the arms hang slack and then just shake the wrists, fingers, the arms, just for about 10 or 15 seconds or so, just to move along whatever needs to move along in this part of the body. Good. And then release. Feel a tingling in the arms and hands there. Good. So for this next one, we're going to do a jaw stretch. It's actually kind of a jaw and eye stretch. So I can't talk and do it at the same time. So I'll talk you through it and then we'll do it together. So with an inhale, I'm going to open my mouth as wide as I can, even to the point where it starts to like be a little sensitive at the jaw. And at the same time, I'm going to open my eyes as wide as I can. So just be thankful nobody's looking at you because all of you are looking at me and it's going to be funny. And we'll stay with the jaw and eyes open for maybe a couple of breaths or so, and then we'll relax and then we'll repeat it 2 more times. Okay. So on my cue, we'll open the jaw as wide as you can, open the eyes as wide as you can. All right. The deep breath in, open up. And release. All right. We're going to do that again with an inhale. Open up. And release. All right, one more time. We're going to stay for just a little bit longer. And yes, it might start to hurt a little bit, but I promise it's for a good reason. All right. So open up, inhale. And release. Good. All right. So if you wanted, you can take your first 2 fingers and just kind of move the tissue around by the hinge of the jaw for a moment, just to settle whatever needs to be settled there. All right. Do that one often too, because we spend so much time when we're stuck in stress responses just gritting our teeth, just biting our teeth as hard as we can. And that just helps to unwind some of that tension. Let's spend the last few minutes we have together in meditation. Sliding to the back of your chair, please. Feet on the floor. You can relax back or sit up. It's up to you. The eyes close. Take a breath in and out and just feel as you settle in. Maybe feeling sensation from some of the exercises we've done today. Maybe you feel something in the wrists, arms, maybe your jaw. We did some lower back strengthening, so maybe you feel something in your lower back. There was the neck stretches, so maybe it's in your neck and shoulders. Being aware of that sensation. And then notice your breath moving in your body, flowing in, flowing out. Expanding and contracting, waxing and waning. And relax your effort around breathing. Allow it to be more autonomic. I'd like you just to do a quick scan of your body. And I want you to notice the regions of your body that feel soft, relaxed, open, and comfortable. Noting that there may be spaces in your body that do not feel like that, and that's okay, but notice the spaces that do. And just be with that softer side of your experience. That even if there are hard things going on, that there's something within you that does feel calm, and does feel settled and, and stable, relaxed and open. And that for a time, you can always allow yourself to identify with that side of your experience. And I'll wager that this calm, no matter what's going on, is always there somewhere if you just seek it out. Good. So staying with that, go ahead and take a deeper, fuller breath. Bring your palms together and rub them together. And take the heated palms over your eyes, brushing over the top of your head and down your neck, bringing yourself gently back to the space around you.